Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Week 6 of the Above Average World League. This week we have a fantastic matchup of Team Sleep going up against Thumbless. Thumbless is going to consist of Dab Pressure and OVO Bandit, and then Team Sleep is going to be King Radical or Air Expert and Pursed FPS. So this week we kind of mixed up the teams from last week's series that went to a Game 5, almost a reverse sweep, but it was stopped by Dab Pressure and Pursed FPS. That being said, I think these teams are almost an even better matchup because you had the leadership of OVO Bandit to step up and lead his team and Dab Pressure into a possible win this week, whereas on the other side you have the slaying power of Pursed FPS with who has been one of the better S&D players in this league in King Radical or Air Expert. And also another thing to look for is both teams, you have Dab Pressure and Pursed FPS, and both of them are very, as we've heard, they hate playing uplink. So that being the case, the uplink match I think is going to be one of the more interesting games we've had so far in this league in general, because you've got two of the better uplink players going up against two of the, not necessarily worst, but people that just don't like playing uplink whatsoever. So this week's key player matchup is going to be Dab Pressure and Air Expert 18. So if you look at those stats, you've got one thing that stands out, and like I said, it's that uplink. 0.83 for Dab Pressure and a 1.3 for King Radical. Now, like I said, this is going to be a very interesting matchup because each team has one person that's really good at that game mode and one person who's not. Now, I do think the uplink favors Team Sleep because they do still have Pursed FPS, who has been the best slayer in this league so far. Now, looking at the other two stats, the Hardpoint with a 0.88 and a 0.83, and then the S&D with a 1.4 and a 1.44. Those are the two game modes that are really going to shine for these two because you either see them pop off and lead and really slay out in that hard point, or you see them drop off and cost their team the map. Or in the S&D, it's the same thing. Like I said last week, if Air Expert isn't getting 7 or 8 kills, then he's getting 3 or 4 and he's not contributing. He's not helping you win your games. So I do still think that this is going to be a very competitive matchup. However, if Expert is popping off in the S&Ds, then I think they can win the series easy because we know that Pursed is a consistent slayer. Even in some of the games where they've lost badly, he's still gone positive. I don't believe he's had a negative game so far in this league. And Air Expert just, if he leads in those S&Ds and if he plays like he should, then they can't be beat because he's going to be dropping 10 or 11 kills and it's hard to match that in a 2v2. So that being said, your 5 maps this week are going to be Throwback Hardpoint, Crusher S&D, Throwback Uplink, Scorch Hardpoint, and Breakout S&D. So 2 maps we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen a Throwback Uplink and we haven't seen a Breakout S&D. Now, I know for a fact that both of those maps have 2 very different opinions from Air Expert himself. He loves Throwback, as we saw in that first week with the Hardpoint. He's a big fan of that map. And it's the same for Uplink. He just likes the way the map feels. He just likes the way it flows and the map is itself. Whereas Breakout S&D, he despises that map. Anytime we play, he talks about how much he hates it and he can't wait to just get off of it. So it's interesting to see which maps, if he's going to be able to kind of get over his distaste for that Breakout map, and if he's able to, because that will be map 5, we go to map 5, so obviously it will be one of the most crucial maps in the series. So if he's able to just kind of get his mind right and play well in that, then they should be able to take that map easily, and if they do that, then obviously the series. That being said though, I really don't know who to take in this because it is very competitive. You've got a really good leader in OVO Bandit and you've got a really good slayer in Pursed going at each other, and the other two are just hit or miss every time. You can see Dab Pressure really pop off in a hard point and just slay out and really get into the hill and get time and break it easily by himself almost. And then on the other side you've got Air Expert, who can take over an S&D and just annihilate the competition. So I really think that the winner of this is going to be the team that wins the S&Ds, because if you're able to take 2 S&Ds with Air Expert, then you know that you can rely on Pursed to get you another respawn. Whereas on the other side, if you take an S&D off of Pursed and Air Expert, then you feel confident in your ability going into that second S&D and being able to steal a respawn off of them because you got 3 tries at it. Alrighty, but it does look like they're loading into that Throwback Hardpoint right now, so let's go ahead and get you right into that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to map 1 of the AAWL. We're starting off with Throwback Hardpoint, and we're already starting off with OVO Bandit. Now, I'm very excited for this series because it is kind of a mix-up of last week's matchup. And there it is, OVO Bandit. Kills are going to get traded, but he gets the first 3 seconds of time, and then it's picked up by Pursed, who's going to get that time. But as I said, the teams are a little bit mixed-matched, but it is still going to be a very good contest, and what a great map to be starting off with. So you got Expert in the hill right now, and he's got 2 in front of him, not able to get either one of them. Pursed cleans up Bandit. And Purse also cleans up pressure, so Purse 4-0 to start it off. He's already got that Scarab around 10 seconds of time, and just working on that Trinity Rocket now, just a couple kills away. He's got his teammate in the hill. His teammate actually steals a kill, but then he's then shot in the back, so Purse not able to clean that one up. He's running out of ammo. He gets shot in the side from pressure, but Bandit gets shot in the back, and it is Expert. Expert with a 2-piece to clean out the hill, and he's not going to hop in. He's just going to rotate towards this back barn hill. So after the first rotation, or after the30 to 7 now. It was 25 to 7 at the first. I believe Expert did just see one go to the back. Doesn't go towards his back door yet, though. This OVO Bandit, he's electing to play a little bit patient and sit on top. But as you can see right there, that's Purse back there just trying to get an eye on him. He can't see anything. Pressure makes a play in the hill, gets the first kill. Not the second. Oh, Bandit picks up the second with a grenade, and that's a good break for them to just give up about those first 30 seconds. But they should be able to tie it up just about if they are able to hold the rest of this time. Expert one gun fight. Purse cleans up the kill, so they're going to get this scrap time. And looks like Bandit is going to be pushing up middle a little bit while Pressure rotates around towards this next hill. Expert gets Pressure. Purse gets Bandit. So going into this bike cap hill, you've got Purse 7-2. So he's only on a 2 streak, but he is doing very well so far. And the Dab Pressure finally picking up is only his 3rd kill compared to his 7 deaths. But Bandit gets that 2nd kill, and they're able to get into the hill. And one thing to take note is, since we are on Purse's host, then obviously look for him to just kind of have that host advantage as the game goes along. We've got one coming in the back right now. He picks up the kill on Pressure, and he goes towards mid, so Bandit's not able to see him right now. They're still down by about 19 points. Able to turn. Oh, Pressure gets the kill. The assist goes towards Bandit. They're gonna. Ooh, Pressure gets the 2-piece. They are gonna be able to get the scrap time. And good play for him, as it forces Expert, I believe, to spawn all the way out at limit. So he's going to have to come through mid. And he is not able to get the kill on Bandit. He does get him very weak, though. It is Bandit and Pressure in the hill right now. Going to try and lock down this back baseball field. He gets shot in the back by Expert. Is Pressure able to clean it up? Yes, he does. So Pressure is able to clean up. And he's got his teammate spawning close. The other team spawning blue. So we do have our first lead, our first real lead for Thumbless since that first hill. They're now up 80 to 69. We're shooting for Dab Pressure. He's now just 2 kills away. He sees one mid. And he gets pushed by both, not able to get either one of them, so he doesn't actually get that Trinity Rocket, and that could have been huge going into the rest of this game. But thankfully, no one really else is on that big of a streak, so nobody really has streaks to play with outside of that Scarab on the side of Purse. So coming out of this first rotation is going to be Team Sleep with just a slight lead, 90 to 85. And really a good performance from Purse FPS right now. He's 10-5, but nobody's really slacking that bad. You can see Bandit 6-8 with the least amount of kills, but it's really not that bad of a performance from him so far. He is cut down by Purse right there, and he's going to get this first time in the hill. And he does get the kill on Pressure as well. So now 12-5 on a 4 streak, working towards that Trinity Rocket again. And let his teammate get some time in the hill. Expert gets one on Pressure. Purse may be able to get one in the back. Oh yes, he does get one on Bandit. So they are going to be able to hold down this hill almost for a full 60, besides the time that they gave up just from not actually being in there. One top base is Pressure that's able to cut down Expert, and he does get cut down by Purse. Now Bandit can get this scratch time. Hopefully got his teammate kind of... Oh, he gets shot inside! Yes, from Expert. Took a little while to kill him right there. So you got Pressure playing a bit slow. He knows that there's one in barn. He gets away his position. Got Bandit blue. Knows where one is. He's going to try and rotate around back. Expert gunned down by Air Expert. Pressure is gunned down by Expert, sorry. And then Bandit shot in the side by Expert. So Expert 11-10 on a 3 streak. It is a 9 streak in total for Team Sleep right now. Sorry if it's a bit laggy. As I said, we are on Pursed host, so no telling what's going on with that connection right now. I'm sorry about that. But yes, now a 10 streak for Team Sleep. And I can't tell if I'm lagging or if everybody is lagging, but it looks to be a bit rough. Purge able to get the kill on Bandit, and then he gets killed by Pressure. So Pressure is going to be able to get these last 2 seconds to break the 100 mark, but it's still 147 to 101 going into second. Bike Path Dylan Purge is fully streaked out. He's got the Scarab, the Trinity, and the Scorchers, and he's just a little bit away from that camo. 16-6. And he does get killed by Pressure, so they are able to get this first time on the hill. Dumblesses, so they have a chance to make up this time that they lost in that last barn hill. These Scorchers come in, get no kills. So as we kind of saw on the last map these teams played, or the last series, I guess, Pursed still just not very good with the streak use. And it is going to get back in the hill, get some time. Got one right in front of him, not able to get him. You guys' teammate coming in behind him? No. Pursed is going to be able to get that kill. And they are going to take around a 40-point lead going into this second baseball field hill. He still has the Trinity and the Scarab to work with. He's probably around a kill away from camo. The Pressure is able to get in the hill first, and FTL! FTL from Expert is able to finally get the kill. A great play from him right there. Gets the second one, and they lock down this hill, and they are looking to just put this game out of reach for Thumbless. On a 7 streak. This is what we saw on this back barn hill as well. Just the team going on a streak that is unstoppable by the other team. Right now they're on a 7 streak. They ended on, I believe, a 10 streak on that last hill. 18-8 for First right now. He's got one behind. Oh! Pressure's able to get the 2-piece and break into this hill, so they are able to get around another 18 seconds. So they'll still be down by about 40, I believe. But he is just 75 points away from another Scarab. He's got one coming in front of him. Oh, he's not able to get the kill. That's Expert getting that kill. And really, nothing comes out of that. No time or anything, so not that important. Bandit picks up 1. He's going to be able to get this second one. Oh, that was Dab Pressure. I'm sorry. I thought that was someone else. I was like, oh, he just chooses not to challenge there. Bandit shot in the back. So Pressure's not able to get that one first. As you can see, maybe a little bit of host advantage coming into play. He's 20-10 right now on a 2 streak. He does have his camo and still a Trinity to work with. And they have now been the first team to break the 200 mark. And, oh, the grenade comes in from Expert. A good nade right there. So it is going to be around 228 to 153 going into this. Oh. Maybe not. Hirsch gets 1 kill. So really nobody's able to pick up these last few seconds of scrap time. So it is going to be around 218 to 153. Looks like Bandit and Pressure already picked up to get these kills off rotation. Pressure in the hill right now. And Bandit is not able to get the first kill. Oh, and camo used by Purse to get the second. A good play from here and from him right there. And they're looking to just end the game. He's going to call on these Trinity rockets. More than likely pick up a 2-piece with them. Oh, he actually gets neither. So, another just bad use of streaks right there. Not able to get that gun kill either, but that is Air Expert picking one up on the other side. And the double kill comes in, and ladies and gentlemen, that will more than likely be your map 1. 250 to 159 for the side of Team Sleep. A monster performance from Purse as he goes 25-10. And looks like Expert actually left the game. But either way, 1-0 to Team Sleep. Let's go ahead and throw it over to our analyst desk and see what they have to say about that map. Okay, so before we go any further, keep in mind that map was not on my host, as it usually is. I've been having some internet troubles with the move, and I'm trying to figure that out. But that map was on Pursed FPS's host, so maybe that's the reason we see him go 24-10? I don't know. We did hear some complaints from both teams, obviously, but you really don't know because he obviously you know that he can slay out like that and be that good, but at the same time the other team, as we saw, was lagging terribly throughout the whole map. So the next map is going to be hosted by Thumbless, so that may change things up a bit. But either way, map 1 goes towards Team Sleep, 250 to 159. A very good performance from Persh and Expert, as Persh goes 24 and 10 and 20 and 16 for Expert. So really good for him, even if he was lagging, to still be able to play through it and get through. Whereas on the other side, 14 and 23 and 12 and 21. They were saying that they were lagging. Whenever they were talking to me, saying they couldn't really move, but I understand that because I was doing the same thing in Codcaster. I was even lagging, so I can understand how that situation arises. But either way, just a poor performance despite the lag. I know it's a big deal. We'll see if it affects them going into this map too, and I don't know. We'll see if they're able to bounce back. It wasn't a huge victory, just 100 points, which seems like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but in the game, it really wasn't that big of a deal. But either way, we'll get into map 2 right after this break.